Welcome back, everyone. It's been a long 5 days. Had to leave for some training for the past 4 or 5 days, but now we're back in our Heralds of Hispania campaign. And last time we left off with trying to figure out where we're going to place some engines on the Spanish market, and I think we're going to go with Aragon. So I'm going to place a motor industry in Aragon. And I think that's good, and we'll unpause and take a look at our economy again. Silk is a little bit expensive. We might want to add some silk farms down here in southern Spain. We should add it to the plantations in Valencia for sure. Just because productivity in eastern Andalusia is a little bit lower. As far as our ranking, we've dropped to 13, but I think this episode we're going to try to get up to like 10, back up to 10, maybe even higher. And my plan for doing so is really boosting our military and bolstering that up. We have only 10 flotillas for our navy, and I think if we're going to be Spain properly, we got to have some ships. So that's what we're going to go for. We're finishing up some coal mines. I think that's good. All those buildings look good. We might take one of these off. Naval base, yeah, that all looks good. And we'll bump it up. Okay, we're at top speed. Take a look at our journal. Branch out. So provide rail transportation for our industries in the next 8 years. If we're gonna do that, do we have steel production? I don't believe we do yet. So we want to also get steel online. Now for the motor industries, or if we, oh, good vintage. I'm going to actually do the prestige for sure. So we need steel. So we're also going to need to throw in a steel industry. Where is the steel? There you go, steel mill. And we'll throw it in Aragon as well. And we're actually going to build the steel mill before the motor. Perfect. And we're still eating away at that debt, so we're slowly climbing out of that hole that we had dug ourselves into. And I think actually we really set ourselves up to shoot ourselves up economically and really bolster our GDP. Standard of living still hovering around at 9.5. Literacy, I definitely want to make some steps to improve that. Population slowly increasing. Let's take a look at some of our colonies, how they're going about. We still have the turmoil issue here. We do have the port. I wonder why they are having turmoil. State construction efficiency. Oh, that's from the result of turmoil. We do have a trade agreement proposal from Prussia. Now, this is interesting. I don't know if I want to hop into a trade proposal with Prussia. Unless, what goods do they have? I don't think, maybe it doesn't hurt. But, no, we're going to pass on it. Still have that engine shortage. We're working towards that. Coal mines are finishing up. Let's take a look at our population and how much of our population is moving out of peasantry. So we're now at 47.5, and we're definitely gaining more and more laborers, which is good. So as we move those laborers into the peasants into the laborer class or clerks, etc., we'll raise the standard of living in Spain. I'm going to go ahead and check the productivity of some of these buildings and make sure that it is optimized. This one is a little low. If we increase the demand for convoys, we can help that with trade. Sulfur is also really low. I might... No, can't bump that down. Fertilizer plant is making good money. Very productive. Granada. Paper mill. No, we don't want to do that. So my strategy whenever I'm playing or changing the production modes for these buildings, I don't go into these water tube boilers from hand assembly or the anything in the automation tree unless I start having population problems, because right now I'm having more of those people feed into good paying jobs, so effectively raising our standard of living. Alright. Let's see if we can trade any goods. Maybe see if we can export some sugar. We'll export some fabric. No, we won't. Oh. We'll take that. We'll export some fabric to Mexico. Does anyone want to buy fruits? No. How about wine? Could give the Russians some of the wine. Coffee. The Danish will buy a little bit of coffee. Tobacco. No one wants to buy tobacco. Fish. I don't think that's worth doing. Sulfur. The French will buy some sulfur. How about meat? No one wants meat. Dyes. We'll sell some dyes to the Sicilians. Ottomans. And I think that'll do for that. Where are we at in our production queue? So we're going to build a naval base in Western Andalusia, another naval base, a port in Puerto Rico. Do we still need to do that though? Yeah. Engines. Did they build... Oh, the private... what are those guys called? The private sector built some railroads over in Puerto Rico, which is kind of helpful. Which means I actually could cancel the building of the port in Puerto Rico, because now the infrastructure is good there. And look at that, plus 21k. So we actually want to build some more construction facilities, construction sectors. We'll build one. Who has a lot of job seekers? We'll throw one in Valencia. We'll throw one in Aragon as well, because we're going to be building steel mills there in Motor, Navarra. And I think those 3 should be more than enough. And I want to go ahead and bump those up to the top. So we'll send those to the top here. Good deal. What a recovery. I was really worried at the start of the series that the debt, I might have bit off a little bit too much. But we made it work, especially with the new tax law that we passed. Speaking of laws, we should take a look if we want to pass any new laws. Maybe National Guard would be a good choice for us. I think we are going to try to enact the National Guard. And yeah, look at that, man. We're just going up. And as we build those construction sectors, we'll be able to build other sectors a lot faster, growing our GDP at a faster rate. Because essentially construction sectors are... The more construction sectors you have, the faster the rate of growth for your GDP. So we want to definitely build more of those. Standard of living had quite a bit of a drop. Is there any reason why here? Silk, we got that sorted. Perfect. And then we're about to unlock canneries. And then we're going into, I think, if I remember correctly, we're going into... Actually, don't remember what our next research is. Oh, mechanized workshop. Perfect. And then when we get mechanized workshops, we'll be able to get sewing machines for our textile mills. That way we can help address the shortage on clothing as well. And then if we have a surplus, France and... I think, yeah, just France we have a trade agreement with. They'll buy more of our clothes and, in turn, make us more money. Which is the name of the game, baby. Okay, we got nitroglycerin. do we want to switch any iron mines to nitroglycerin? Construction. What is this? Let's see. Hold on. Wait a second. It says, Wandaval's rhetoric has drawn negative attention to the representatives of the intelligentsia, who he has condemned for obstructing the passage of the National Guard. Could pressure them. Yeah, we're going to pressure them. Got some canneries now, so now we can switch our food sectors to use canneries, which will increase the demand of fish and iron as well, and raise the productivity of the food industries as well. Do we have any other food industries? Let's see. Food industries. Oh, here we go. We also have one building in Belarus over here in this island. Okay. We'll switch that over to groceries as well. We have central banking. And actually, I think we can even build more construction sectors. Have the ones that we built been flushed out with employees? This one is Valencia. Believe so. Yeah, we can definitely add some more construction sectors now. So I'll throw in maybe 2 more, maybe one over in Badajoz and Galicia. We also, did we have another event pop up? Oh, right here. Plus 5% enactment chance. Always want to take that. And we'll move these construction sectors up to the top as well. We're about finished with the steel. So each steel mill produces how much steel? We're looking at plus 65, and each motor industry is going to take 40. So that one steel mill should suffice for that motor industry. Then we can start expanding rail. We'll probably need 2 more steel mills. Efficient agriculture. We will do discourage subsistence farming. Oh, wow. We are booming now. We're booming, boys. Are there any expensive goods on the market? Engines, we're addressing that. Steel is not in demand yet. We need to create demand for artillery and then create artillery as well. So many things we need to do. You know what? I'm actually going to build 2 more construction sectors. Maybe 1 more and see where we're at there. But we'll build one in Eastern Andalusia. .2. It's been dropping a little bit. Political imprisonment. Yes, we will do that. Wood in the Spanish market. Oh yeah, wood's starting to get expensive. And I think that's fluctuating because people are buying our wood. Yeah, France. And this is still struggling. We need to really use more convoys and try to find... Maybe we import some wood from the Papal States. Okay. And we need to already start building some more iron as well. I think our queue for construction is going to start coming up a little short, so we'll build some iron mines. We'll add some to Aragon, and then we'll add some to Asturias, Galicia, and Castile. I almost am considering taking... I'll get rid of the tax on liquor. How much is that going to remove? Yeah, I think we remove the tax on liquor. Let's take a look at our institutions as well. We could increase education, and I think we're going to do that. It'll cost 134, which is good. We'll probably need to build another government sector. See who has the lowest tax. We'll throw one into Eastern Andalusia. And then we'll start queuing up some military as well. So go to our military tab, take a look at our navy. And we'll throw in 2 more light ships. 2 more here. And then we'll add 1 more man of war over in Eastern Andalusia. Now if we sort by GDP, we've passed the Sikh. We should pass the Japanese soon. I really do think we can get competitive with the United States in 10 years. Is really what I want to do, is my goal. Public address goes awry. We'll choose this one. Cross-border investments. Spanish improves. Portugal gets plus 10%. Are interested in making... Sure. Oh, nice. They will come into our customs union. Oh, what? Minus 12. Really? If I owed an obligation, they would come into our... But we're only minus 12 away. If we were... Can we improve relations with them? Or take on debt? Oh, it's slowly going... okay, we'll be able to get Portugal into our customs union, which is really good. Fertilizer's starting to become expensive, and if we throw another fertilizer plant in here, I think that it will increase the productivity of the sulfur. And honestly, I want to throw in another construction sector. Maybe 2 more. Throw one in Aragon, and then maybe another one Eastern Andalusia. And the law for the National Guard goes into consideration. Have 62% chance I think we got that in the bag. And I'm really just thinking that if I want to just throw down like 3 more construction sectors, because our balance is extremely positive, and I think once we get out of debt, we'll stop paying an interest. What's our interest payment? %. So 3.4 approximately 4,000 a month. I bet you it tells you right here. An interest. Oh, 812. We'll get those motor industries online. We already have the steel. They're not having anyone getting hired because we have no demand for steel yet. But in 3 weeks, we shortly will. How many years until we have... Let's see, provide rail transportation. We have 5 years. So if we're going to do that, we got to really start busting out some railroads. And we might take a hit to our GDP when we do this. Or not our GDP, but our balance. But it'll be worth doing to get that bonus for completing the journal. And we'll just stick one, I think, in each state. And then we're going to have to interlace in between these like steel mills and then also some iron, coal, etc. as the demand fluctuates for those goods. We already have a steel shortage, so we're going to go ahead and swap this bad boy over. Nope, we don't want to do that. They just need employees. And actually, you know what? They probably are having a hard time staffing because of qualifications. So we might need a university over here in Aragon. So I will go ahead and add the university, and then we're going to do the promote social mobility and see if we can get some more employees hopping over to the motor industries. Wood is still expensive in the market. Can we import any new wood? We'll import some Piedmont. Perfect. Love to see the stonk going up. I think we're almost officially out of debt. And are they getting hired up? No, they're still struggling getting those employees. We might want to do water boiler tubes here until we get a better work pool. Really? Okay, there we go. And we have the National Guard. Oh, we got an achievement. Vox Populi. What is this? Pass a law with the support of an agitator. Nice. Accidental achievements are always cool. Charity hospitals. Want to switch out of slavery. But we also don't want to trigger a civil war. Where are the landowners at? They're at 24%. Intelligentsia is angry. They oppose state religion. They oppose religious schools, oligarchy. Do we want to go to freedom of conscience? Issue is the Catholic Church is very powerful in our government right now. So that might not be the best choice. Yeah, they're at 27%. What else makes them angry? State religion, national supremacy, legal guardianship. I think we're just going to have to let the other parties tick down before we can start considering those. Iron is going to be good. We'll actually cancel that iron. And I think that Q looks good. Did the steel mill ever get... No, you see, that's just hurting the productivity. We're going to go to hand assembly. And then we also need to improve, I think, the infrastructure here. Yeah, so wherever we got the railroad in Aragon, we need to send this guy up. So we've moved back up to 10. We're at 9. Nice. I think we're slowly gonna slingshot ourselves up. We have rifling. So we gotta take a look at our arms factory. If I added rifling, we don't want to do that yet. It would drop the price of small arms too much. And raise steel. Everything's up to date there. I don't know if they added it to where it automatically filters into the most up-to-date units. So I'm just kind of checking it out, making sure. So it seems like it does. $17. I do want to add actually another construction sector. And I think we do. So we'll add it to Asturias. Wood. If we check the price of wood again. Oh, clothes are becoming crazy expensive, which is not a good thing. Are all of our clothes on the highest? No. Could go dye workshop here. Then dye workshop here. Perfect. So that should drop the price of clothes significantly. And are there any potential buyers for any of our goods? Austrian would take our sugar. Infertile grounds. Petite bourgeoisie. Rights of assembly. We're actually going to exile this guy. We're bouncing in between 9 and 10 for our ranking. But surely once we get these naval bases up, I think it will add to our prestige. Because what's the prestige difference? Okay, so we're basically neck and neck. Could import some more wood. And my reasoning behind importing that wood right now is because we had so much excess convoys that it was hurting the shipyards. So I think the more balance that we eat up for these convoys, the better. But also now we are negative in bureaucracy. So we need to add some government administrations. So we'll add one to Navarra, Castile. Yeah, we'll add those 3. Throw this one up. Throw this one up. Let this finish real quick. Raising concerns. Awesome, we got the mechanized workshops. So we also have our technology finished, all the queues. And I think we want to go towards pharmaceuticals so we can get Canine and continue our colonization of southern Africa. Can we colonize this yet? No, but we can. We have some interest we can declare, so we'll declare some. Do we want some in Niger? No, we want to go to what kind of goods you got here? Logging, coal, dye, tea. That could be good. So we'll go to Congo. Oh, and I always forget to check the Philippines over here. How do they feel about us? They're loyal. Tea. Okay. If we go to Papua, they have whaling stations, will be good for oil. I think when we get an extra interest, we declare it in Papua and try to settle into Papua. GDP's up at 16 mil now. Do we have another? What is the private industry working on? Okay. This is looking good. Our economy is looking really good now. Could export. No, no one wants to buy our sugar. Is there a way we can eat more sugar through our food industries? We're already doing that. Okay. Branching out. I don't know if we're gonna get this done in time. I really don't think so. What are the requirements for branching out? More than 20% of eligible buildings have rail transportation. Okay, hold on. Actually, more than 20% of eligible buildings have rail transportation. So where do we have rail at? We have rail in Puerto Rico. Okay. Ah, who can forget the famous rail line of Puerto Rico in 1857? So we'll finish the rail line here, and then we'll switch over the iron and coal to rail transportation. And our iron demand, we could switch also. Is our coal demand decent? We probably have a surplus. Yeah, we have a surplus of coal right now. So what we could do here is go to atmospheric. And then we could... So let them hire that... what are these? Engineers? And we'll also do the rail transportation. Oh, we could do rail for a lot of the crops as well, once we get rail yards there. Railroads. And then I think after pharmaceuticals, we'll go into... Can we get Canine? Yes, we have colonization. So we'll get Canine. And we'll swap back over. Get chemical bleaching. And maybe... What does concrete do? Oh, we'll do reinforced concrete. I have a steel shortage. Let us bump that up. Ah, they're not hiring. Why are they not hiring? Are the qualifications really that bad? I might need to check the population real quick here. Or does it, where does it say? Oh, pollution impact. I think that's new. Very cool. Does it say their qualifications anywhere? I don't see. Yeah, I don't know why they're... Well, technically... Okay, let's leave it here. Wait till it gets all the way hired up. There you go. And it could be because the tooling workshop is more productive, so they're taking the better job. It's 40 more steel if I do that. I wonder, we go water boiler tubes. Water tube boilers here. Less workforce is there. And then maybe they trickle into the steel mills and the motor industries. Then we finished the rail yard in Aragon. So what I can do to artificially raise the demand, put this to rail. Do we want to do this? Sure, we'll add some butchering tools there. We'll add harvesting tools, makes it more productive. Rail transportation. We'll add rail here. Wow, we've increased the standard of living in this state alone just by switching those things from 9.0 to 9.2. We have fractional distillation, so we can do baking powder. Okay, so food industry technologies. Take a look at our food industry. This creates more liquor, requires more gas. I don't think we should substitute that. Where else are we building rail? We're building rail. Where do we have rail so far? We have some in Aragon, Eastern Andalusia, Puerto Rico. Eastern Andalusia, we can take you, add rail. They're getting hired up. We can add rail to the silk. And we have realism, so plus 5% prestige, puts us up at 9. No, we don't want to do rail here, do we? It's now losing. But the rail hasn't been fully hired yet. I guess we can expand it. And then for the time being, use road carts. Aragon should have 2 rails now. They do. They're using rail. Now, before we start getting too crazy with switching stuff, how's our steel? Good. I think we switched everything here that we can that would demand rail. Fertilizer plant, not productive there. Vineyard, should we switch you? No. Add some there. Oh, wrong place. Where did I just do that? Right here. Okay, cool. Could pass up Brazil pretty easily just by building some military, I think. And we'll finish up these rails. Where can we add another? Where's another rail yard? We had one in Badajoz. We can switch some of these buildings into rail. We'll add that. We'll take a look at the overall view and see if there's any major changes we can do to these industries. Oh, how's the clothing? Clothing, we still have a lot of demand. We could switch Aragon to sewing machines. That looks fine. It's unable to hire. Oh, that's in Asturias, not Aragon. We could add some to... They're having trouble hiring Eastern Andalusia. Now we're going to start having a tool shortage here, I think. Yeah. But what we can do... Ooh, that would increase steel demand too much. How long until this time's out? 19 months. And where are we at on branching out? Currently, of eligible buildings. Building is coffee, sugar. Okay. Oh, we're almost there on this. Oil, iron. This will switch over to rail. It'll kind of kill the productivity for a little bit, but I think it'll be worth it so we can get this done. Tobacco, we'll go rail. Silk, we'll go rail. Where does that put us at? We're almost there. Wheat, no. Oh, Puerto Rico has some rail. funny enough, I need that. Coffee. Boom. Just like that. Railroad boom. The Puerto Rico shall prosper. Locomotive boom. I'm actually going to take the innovation. So this I'm actually going to go put back on road cart. And we're going to need another steel mill in Aragon. And what we could do right now is switch this to steel tools and then pop down a steel mill in Aragon. That should do the trick. Alright, so that kind of wraps up this episode. Sorry for the long time in between episodes. Like I said, I was gone for the past 4 to 5 days training. We left at 16.1 million with our GDP. We're now at number 9 from 13 at the start of the episode. And it's looking good. I think we should start thinking, continue expanding our military and looking into conquering some Northern Africa territories. So at that, we'll leave the episode. Thank y'all for watching.